now it's time to turn to our attention to, of course, my two guests in the house. Of course, starting with, I'm going to be introducing from the Big Brother house. I have Angel, of course, with us in the studio, and Soma, of course. Now, I know that under different circumstances, what would have been rooting for is for you guys to still be in the house. But you're here now, you're winners, you're all stars. I want to know first and foremost how you're feeling. It's only been a few days. How are you feeling your few days being out of the house? I'm going to start with you because it's ladies first.
Thank you. It's nice to be here, first of all, and I'm happy to, be on Arise with you. I definitely am happy and content. Very tired, actually.
I can't imagine.
A ride since I first came out. But yeah, I would say that I'm happy and I'm content because, I came out to much more love than when I first went into the house in 2021, which is funny because in 2021, I was a finalist. But I think that this time, around, it wasn't the end game for me. It was coming out and knowing that I had done better and I, became a better person. So yeah, I'm definitely grateful and happy. And I mean, the 9th week is not an easy deal either. So
it definitely isn't. I mean, I personally, I don't think I can do what you guys do because I would probably just swap the way about people who say Farley. I'm just a very when you think about the cameras recording 24/7, I know that's the whole concept of Big Brother. Yeah. But for you, I want to come to you, Soma. What was that experience like? And now being out of the house and seeing all the love and all the support that is out there for you. What are your thoughts on that?
The experience for me was awesome. The first time I was on the show, I didn't enjoy it as much, obviously, because I didn't stay for as long. And it was quite a while ago. It just felt like my first time in the house. I lived, I learned, I loved, I had maximum fun. I had a ball,
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I did. I did have a ball. It was great for me. I don't regret going back to the house. It was awesome. Even if I didn't stay till the finals, it's a big win for me. I feel like I actually won the show. For me, it's 2 to 9 weeks now. 2 to 9. So I'm always saying the gap. There's 7 weeks in between. It's a whole lot.
I mean, this year was different because, it's the Big Brother Nigeria All Stars. So what we're seeing is a lot of big personalities that had been on the show before now coming back. So I'm curious to know, what was your strategy going back into the house? You just said it yourself that it was definitely different. These two experiences have been different. Yeah. Going back into the house this time around, what was your strategy?
To be fair, even in my the first time that I went for Big Brother, I didn't have a strategy. And I know people would never believe that, but I went in there and I lived my best life. I had just turned 21. I was at the peak of my youth and I had a ball. Yeah. So going in this time around, obviously, I feel like a lot has changed. I started paying light bill, I became an adult, etc. So, some transformation had to have happened. So when I got the call, I was just like, what, I think that I have become a better person, and let me just give it a shot again, because I was pretty anxious to come back. I was just thinking, do I really want to put myself through dragging again? So, I was just hoping that people would see that there was a difference, in the aspects that I thought that I needed to change or to work on. Because, there were a lot of false narratives from Shine Your Eye, and there were things that I was like, okay, yeah, this is true. But then others, I was like, no, this is not me, and I left them. So, those areas that I felt like I actually did need to work on, I wanted people to see that, there was a change from my devotion to tasks to the hunger that I had this time around. I was actually hungry for success. Yes, I have more bills to pay now. It's yeah, baby. Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to come back to you on that thought about false narratives. But I want Soma to answer that question. For you this time around, like you even said, the first time you didn't stay that long. Yeah. But this time around you did. So that means you did something right. Yeah. What would you say your strategy was this time around?
I would always say that I'll also say that I didn't go in with a strategy. Basically, I'll just be myself. I just went in there to be myself, have fun, and do what I had to do, win as much tasks as possible, try and get to that final, try and bag that money. And that's what I did basically, I just lived.
All right, then before the two of you came on, I'd actually gone on my social media and announced that you guys were going to be here. So I'm going to be getting a few questions from your fans, probably one or two that we'll take. But before we get there, I want to talk about the false narratives. Now, I say that to kind of highlight what I say, what the biggest misconceptions about being in the house. What's the one thing that people maybe believe they know, but you would probably want to correct now that you're on the rising? Maybe, like you said, something that you heard about yourself or something that you've just seen and you're like, what? Can't be talking about me? That ain't true. That you would like to change.
Season?
Yes, this season.
To be fair, I'm pretty surprised. I've not even seen anything.
Hey.
The pace that I'm having on social media, I don't know if I should now be worried. Like, it's too peaceful because I haven't seen anything. Mm-hmm. If anything, I'm just saying, oh wow, she has grown up. Oh wow, she has grown up. Oh wow, she has grown up. I haven't seen any false narratives that I think that, I need to correct. I feel like I lived in my truth. And those that gravitated towards me. I even had people on Twitter that used to troll me, telling me, I like Angel this season. So it's like, that means there was a transformation done. So my Twitter is really peaceful. There's literally, I didn't even see anything.
Or is there anything from the Shine Your Eye season that maybe you might have heard and you're not particularly comfortable with, that you want to maybe just...
Yeah, but the thing is that in Shine Your Eye, the narrative that I came out to was that I was... Well, I don't know if that word is allowed on TV.
Oh my God!
So I'll just say they said I was boy crazy. And then they also said I was manipulative. But instead of them calling me manipulative this season, they called me a game player, right? Because I was pretty invested in the Monday things, nominations, pardon me. So I saw that manipulation turn to, Angel is the most influential in this household. And yeah, so as for boy crazy, I think people saw that I really genuinely was barely interested in any of those men in there.
Except for
one person.
Ooh,
We're
going to get there soon enough. But I want you to also talk to me about maybe any false narratives or misconceptions that people might have had about you in the house that you would like to address.
Yeah, there's something I came out to. Apparently, I got the strike in the house. Most people that watched the show saw that. And before I even go for that, I would like to apologize for the outlook. Yeah, I would never hurt Angel. I'd never hurt a lady. I'm a perfect gentleman, but sometimes when you have emotions and there's some frustration, plus being in the house...
Being in the house makes you stir crazy sometimes.
It does. And you sometimes act out of character. Stuff you would not do on a normal day in the real world. It's just, it's just so much pressure. So I'm not an abuser. I would never hurt a lady. I love women. I stand up for women. Stand up for my mom. If you notice, half of the time in that house, I'm always shouting girl power, like I'm all for women and what women stand for. So yeah, that's something I would love people to understand.
All right then, so now let us address the elephant in the room. Now I'm already getting, questions are already coming in and a lot of people just want to know what the status is with the both of you right now. I mean, Angel, do you still have a partner outside of the house? You as well have a partner outside of the house. What exactly is going on with you guys? I mean, right now you're TV royalty. You got to give me something. Are we dumping the partners? Are we? What are we doing? What are we doing, guys? Should I start with Angel or Soma? Angel?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Oh, now ladies first, are we? You know what? I'm not going to do that to my lady. I'm going to start with you, dear. Okay. So tell me.
Girls in power.
Yes, women empowerment. Standing up for my woman.
Okay.
Tell me. I mean, I'm even me say, if you don't take your time, I will just set her up with one of my egbonzo. She's a very beautiful woman, and I understand why why you feel the way you do. But there are certain things that need to be addressed. So let's talk about your relationship status. Okay. Where are you at now?
With Angel.
Yes.
Yeah, we are at a good place. I think we are where we envisioned ourselves to be. Coming out of the house, we obviously saw the last interviews or questions that Ibuka asked us, And right now,
I mean, when Ebuka asked you the question, you said you had just come out of the house and you needed time to kind of figure out what was going on. It's been a few days now.
That.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So, like, that's going to be handled. That's something I'm working on. Obviously, it's a delicate matter, and it has to be treated delicately as well. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, then coming to you, Angel.
What is the question?
I'm just trying to. I want to know, like, for you, where your relationship stands right now with Soma. Now that you're out of the house, it's been a few days, you've had a chance to kind of see what's out there, talk to people, see what's on social media. So are you still in the same headspace you were when you left the house, or maybe there's an update? You have to let us know.
No, definitely. I'm in the same headspace as, when I first left the house. Yeah, but obviously I do indeed need to speak to my partner, and I did already. So, yeah.
Give me something. You gotta give me a little something.
I mean, I did speak with my partner, and we had a discussion. But yeah, I'm definitely still in the same headspace as when I first came out of the house. Obviously, like, I do like Soma, so I'm trying to, like I said, live in the moment. And we're, like he said, we're in a good space, and yeah.
I'm going to make reference to that phrase from Facebook all those years ago that would say relationship status, it's complicated. Should we agree that it's a tad bit complicated right now until you figure it out?
I don't think it is.
No?
No,
it's because I'm trying to understand it too, because you're saying you've spoken to your partner, but you like Soma.
No, I did not say anything was happening with my partner now. I said I've had a discussion with him. But me and Soma are on the same page. So it's not complicated. We're on the same page.
All right then. Let me leave it be. So now you're out of the house. There, of course, we still have about, I think, a week or two to go to the, a couple of days to go to the finale. Who are you rooting for in the house right now? Starts with you. Who do you want to win the money this year?
The person I wanted to win has left the house.
But you have to give me somebody
so,
now.
Let me think now. Because it has to be a girl. So I would just say that I'm rooting for the girls. We bring much more to the show. And I feel like the first thing that I saw when I came on Twitter was, for once, people actually acknowledging that the girls carried the season. So they do deserve. And I'm not saying that the men did not bring anything to the show. They brought their own dynamics. But I feel like we have had Big Brother for a long, like a while.
Yeah.
And it's only taking us... When was Mercy season? For us to now produce another female winner, which was Fina. And that, to me, didn't make any sense, because every time that I saw something on Twitter, it was always women-centered. So I'm rooting for Idebaye, I'm rooting for Sisi, I'm rooting for Mercy, because I think that they do deserve a shot to win. Mostly Idebaye and Sisi. Mercy has won.
Because Mercy has won one.
Where she wins again. I'll still take it. I'll take it.
What about you, Soma? Who are you rooting for?
For me, obviously, I'm going to root for an early bird like me, someone that left early as well, because I feel like what I'm not leaving, I'm leaving it through her. You feel me? Like, I'd love for someone that was an underdog to win the show, because that's sort of what I wanted for myself, because, So, yeah, I'm rooting for Idebaye, but I have a top three, obviously. I feel like it's between Baye, Adekule, my guy, and Mercy. Yes, so those are my top three. But obviously, everybody there has worked hard to be at that spot, so they all deserve it.
All right, then. So let's talk more about you and your next steps.
Yeah.
I'm sure coming out of the house, you're just like, oh, let's get this money, let's get this bag. So what is next for you, Angel? Big Brother is such a huge platform. You can literally come out of the house and do anything you want. But what is that one thing, or two, or three, or four things that you would like to accomplish as you've made your way out of the house now?
To be fair, I haven't come out of the house thinking, let's get this money, let's get this bag. Obviously, the money has to be made, the bag has to be carried.
Yes.
But this time, like I've said in my previous interviews, I am actually relishing in how good it is now, because if you they love you now, they hate you later. So now let me just relish in the love and feel loved by the public, because I feel like it took us a while to get here. But moving forward, I would like to go into agriculture, open a fish farm. I have a podcast. I would hope to do season 2, or rather I would do season 2 of my podcast of Blood, Bones and Water. going into, you know, the entertainment space, but like for script writing, I think that that's a talent that I should, you know, work on, because I did it quite a lot in the house. And of course, everybody knows that I'm a writer. So hopefully this time around, I'm able to, I'm so final.
You are,
Hopefully this time around, I'm able to actually sit down and write my book and publish it. Child.
Your personality is just off the charts.
Thank
and
you
you
so
know
much.
what? Agriculture, thank you.
It's such a booming sector.
Yes, it is. And right now, that's actually what we need. We need more people in that space solving more problems. And I'm just curious to know, I mean, you were in the house for a long time. When you came out of the house, what was like the first thing that you did to help you like relax? Like I was like, okay, I'm out now. I can do. Why did you guys look at each other like that? I think I already know the answer, but not that one.
No.
The next answer.
We never even said anything like that.
I'm very good at. I'm very good at your body language.
I
But
was looking at the screen actually.
okay, I see you, Soma. I see you. But let's talk about, what's the one thing that you did to like relax, or maybe a meal that you just felt like, nah, I've not been getting it right in the house. I just need to go somewhere and just get this food and just kind of bask in, now I'm out of the house, I can just make my own decisions,
I mean, I went to a restaurant with my lawyer right before he traveled. So I just had whiskey sour. I don't remember the last time I had that.
Yeah.
And I listened to music. I know we have music in the house, but like I knew that the music was consistent and it won't go off at any time. That happened a lot in the house, And I think I just basked in the moment. And I went to my favorite spot. Like I've been going there for a long time. So it just felt like I was back home.
Yeah. All right, then let's come to you. First off, talking about your next steps, what you're going to be working on, even though she said even though she didn't come out of the house saying, I want to get this money,
Definitely.
you got you know what I'm saying?
It's got to be taken care of.
You got it. See, I like the way you're thinking so much. So tell me, what's next for you? And then you also need to tell me what you did when you left the house to just kind of like relax. Yeah. Maybe the food, the thing you were craving the most, the drink you're craving the most, the person that you felt like, I need to, see, call up, whatever it was, let us know.
Yeah, for me, I have a lot in store. Obviously, my music. I'm going to take that because I've been actually chilling on that for a while, But I believe that I've shown enough in the house for people to take me seriously and take my talent seriously. That's music production as well. More movies. I'm even going to produce a few of my own, and then going to business, basically. So everywhere the bag is, man, we're going to carry that bag, basically. Yeah. That's what it is for me. Yeah. Chasing that money. I ain't got time to chill, and I'm not chilling and waiting to, basking in the moment, man. I'm going for that ASAP, What have I... how do you phrase that again?
So just trying to know, I'm thinking about it, like if I left the house, the first thing I'm going to do is probably have like pounded yam and egusi from Yellow Chili. Like that's just my favorite thing. And listen to Coldplay for like an hour. Yeah. I'm just trying to know how you were able to what did you do to decompress after you left the house?
Oh, the first thing for me was...
You keep laughing anytime I say this Angel! Okay, let's come back to you.
She's just a happy girl.
It's just how the question is worded.
Anyways, the first thing I did was watch some anime because I just sat down, put my Netflix.
What's your favorite anime to watch?
Right now I'm watching Kengan Ashura.
Okay.
Yes, so that's what I was watching. There was a new season out, so I just sat down, watched a few episodes. Called my mom, called my siblings. I haven't spoken to them in forever. I had to speak to my mom. I video called my mom, spoke to my sister, spoke to my brother, spoke to a couple of my friends. I just sat down, chilled, unwind. Even if I haven't had enough rest, because I really need to. I still feel like I need to sleep for 2 weeks straight.
Because you guys have been doing media rounds back to back to back. I can imagine. Yeah. All right then, guys. I've really, really enjoyed my time with you. Is there, just kind of looking towards the future? I know we've spoken about this, but is there? I always like to ask my guests before they leave if there's anything in particular that they would love their audience to know now that you have this platform that you could just maybe just touch on before we wrap up. Angel?
I think I said it. I'm just honestly really grateful to feel seen. I feel like I came out and I felt seen. I didn't feel seen in Shine Your Eye when I came out. I felt very misunderstood. So I just want to say a big thank you, honestly. It's not easy, especially being a woman in a society like this where we're mostly criticized first before we're praised. So to come out and have this moment where I'm at peace and I feel content, I'm very grateful, and I would like to thank everyone for the love shown towards me.
Definitely. And Soma, as we wrap up?
Yeah, as for me, I would love to say that I appreciate everybody that has been out there for me. Honestly, went into the house with no fan base, thinking that nobody will really, mess with this guy. You feel me? And I came out to a lot of love. Like, it's been so overwhelming. Like, when I held my phone and I got on Twitter, it was crazy, man. I have a movement now. Soma gang.
Yeah, it's true. I was gonna ask that because I mean, when the housemates come out of the house, you usually have like these the fan base usually have names. So yours is Summer Gang. What's yours?
Archangels.
Archangels. I like that. I like that. All right, then. Thank you so much, Angel, Soma. Thank you so much for being on Arise News. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And girl, I see you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's the seed.